Okay, guys. We're gonna go over a few things. I want you writing everything down. You have your test this week, so we need to make sure that we are ready to go for this test. We're behind, so we got to get ready. Okay, we have transformations. In our first one, write this down, guys. Write x plus, right? If I have right 3, I'm going to say x plus 3. If I have right 8, I'm going to say x plus 8. And I'm going to move my shape 8 spaces to the right. Left is x minus, up is y plus, and down is y minus. So if I say the rule, this is what I want your answer to look like. XY goes to x plus some number a and y plus some number a. So if I say right 7 and up 3, then xy goes to x plus 7 and y plus 3. Right 7, up 3. If I say right 1, down 6, then right is x plus, down is y minus. Okay? All right, reflection. My rules for reflection. If I'm going across the x-axis, remember the coordinate x, y, that's what your rules start with, goes to across x, x stays the same. Whoever I'm going to flip across is going to be the one to stay the same. So x stays the same, opposite of y, right? So if I was going across the x-axis and I have the coordinate 2, negative 3. 2 stays the same because x stays the same. Opposite of y, positive 3. Okay, same thing if I'm going across y. Whoever you're going to go across, that's who stays the same. So the coordinate xy goes to the opposite of x. Y stays the same. So if I'm going across y and I've got negative 8, negative 5. Going across y, y stays the same, opposite of x. So negative 8, negative 5 goes to 8, negative 5. Okay, remember when we're going across that y equals x, remember that's that line that looks like 45 degrees. That's that y equals x line. If I'm going to go across y equals x, then I have to go x, y goes to y, x. Just flip them over. Flip them over. So if I'm going across y equals x, then the coordinate 2, negative 7 is going to become negative 7, 2. Just flip your x and y. Don't do anything else. All right, what if I'm going across y equals negative x? Y equals negative x, the first step of y equals x, but not only do you flip them, but the opposite of y comes first, the opposite of x goes second. So let's say I'm doing 2, negative 7 again. Opposite of y this time. Before, y stayed the same, x stayed the same, signs stayed the same, but now the signs don't stay the same, they become opposite. So positive 7, negative 2. Okay, that's reflections. Make sure that you have written this down on a piece of paper. All of these rules that we're writing down right now, I'm going to let you have for reference when you take your test. So make sure all of this is written down on a sheet of paper that you can have look at while you're taking your test. All right, next one was rotations. Again, same thing. We've got a set of rules. Remember, if we're doing a rotation and we're doing a 90 degrees, let's say I'm right here at 90 degrees. That means I'm moving one quadrant. 180 would be 2 quadrants. I moved 2 quadrants. If I do 270, I'm moving 3 quadrants. If I do 360, I end up just exactly where I'm at. Counterclockwise, CCW, going against the clock, going from 12 noon to 9 to 6 to 3 back up to 12. Counterclockwise, that's a positive. But if I'm going clockwise, if I'm going noon to 3 to 6 to 9, if I'm going clockwise, that's a negative, right? That's a negative degree. Positive degree is counterclockwise. Clockwise is a negative degree. Now, 90 degrees is the exact same thing as negative 270 degrees. So counterclockwise 90 equals clockwise 270. All right, what's the rule for that one? X, Y goes to the opposite of X comes first. I'm sorry, that's wrong. The opposite of Y comes first, and X stays the same, doesn't change the sign, but it goes second, right? So let's say I have -3, -1, okay? Opposite of Y comes first. My Y is a -1, so the opposite of Y is a +1. The X stays the same, so -3 goes second, okay? All right, the cool thing about 180 is it doesn't matter if it is a positive or a negative, it's the same thing. Counterclockwise 180 is equal to to a clockwise 180, same business. Now, I'm going to change everybody's sign and position. This is like y equals negative. I'm not going to change their position. This goes X, Y, goes to opposite of X, opposite of Y. Just change their signs. Okay, so if I have -8, +7, I'm going to change their signs. +8, -7. Remember, you got to go 2 quadrants for a 180, right? All right, 270. 270 is the same thing as a -90. Counterclockwise, 270 is equal to a clockwise 90. All right, and I'm going to swap those x and y. So the coordinate x, y goes to y opposite of x. Okay, I hope you're writing these down. Again, I'm going to let you use these rules while you're taking your test, so you want to have it written down. So if I have -2, 1, we'll put that 1 first, and that -2, I need the opposite, so the -2 becomes a +2. 1, 2. Okay. All right. Dilation. Remember, when I get done with a translation, my shapes are congruent. When I get done with a reflection, my shapes are congruent. When I get done with a rotation, my shapes are congruent. But when I come to a dilation, then my shapes are similar. Because on all the others, the size and shape stays the same. But a dilation, the shape stays the same, but the size becomes different. Remember, if my scale factor is between 0 and 1, like a fraction, like 2/3, my shape is going to get smaller. And if it's a greater than 1, like 3, then my shape is going to get larger, right? So if I say scale factor is 2, then you're going to multiply the coordinate xy by 2. 2 times x, 2 times y. So if my coordinate is 3, 1, then 2 times 3, 6. 2 times 1 is 2. So if make sure that you get everybody, okay? Now, if you have a scale factor of, let's say, 2/3 and your coordinate is 9 and 12, remember, multiply the tops and divide by the bottoms. So 2 times 9 is 18, divided by 3 is 6. And 2 times 12 is 24, divided by 3 is 8. Okay? All you're doing is multiply everybody, x and y, by the scale factor. Okay, guys, let's look at one of your papers that you had uh, from the sub. I want you to notice this kind of looks like it just got slid straight up, right? As a matter of fact, you can see Miss Graham thought that it had just been slid up. But if I look here, B is on the bottom and B prime is on the top, okay? Also, I want to see that 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, equal distance from the x-axis. So this is a reflection over x, okay? If I see number 3, u went to u prime, again, it was on the right, now it's on the left, so that's a reflection. Reflection across y. All right, look at number 2. From u to u prime, same position. Both of them are in the same exact orientation, right? UN has a slope of undefined. UN has a slope of undefined. It hasn't flipped. It hasn't turned. This is a slide, a translation. So I'm going to count from U to U prime. That means I'm going up and right. So X comma Y goes to X plus 1, 2, 3, 4. And up 1, 2, 3, 4. Y plus 4. Okay. Now, look at this. I prime and I. I had, what is I? Is 1, 1, 2, 3, 4. And I prime is -1, -4. Right? So where did, on our rules that we had, where did xy become a negative xy? That was a rotation of 180 degrees. So like R came down and down, right? It rotated 2 coordinates. 1, 2. Whoops, I'm sorry. It went 1, 2 quadrants, V. Look at where V is at, 1, 2 quadrants. Okay, that's a rotation of 180 degrees. Okay. All right, I hope you did 5 and 6 okay. Let's talk about translating 3 units right and 3 units down. C, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. C prime. Okay. Number 8. You got to do the rest, guys, but that should be pretty easy. Translating 4 units left and 1 up. So here I'm going to start you out with H. 1, 2, 3, 4. H prime. Okay. You should have no problems with the translations. Reflections, number 13. Reflections across the x-axis. All right, so here's my x. So F is on x, so F prime is also going to be on x. V is 1, 2, 3, 4 down from x. So 1, 2, 3, 4 up from x. There's my V prime. K is 2 down, so 2 up is my K prime. Okay, you shouldn't have any problems with reflections. Let's talk about some rotations. So again, when I do rotations, I'm going to have to use my rotation rules. And hey, can I help you, honey? Hold on, let me pause this.